allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. I would like to take a few moments just to introduce to you our committee members who work endless hours to make this program run as smoothly as it does every month. And we're coming up on our Student of the Year Scholarship Dinner, which we're super excited about, students. And our committee is working hard as well putting this together. I ask that you hold your applause until I have introduced all our committee members. From Moreno Valley Chamber of Commerce, Oscar Valdepeña. From Moreno Valley Unified School District, we still have Ken Wagner on there, but he's no longer. From Moreno Valley Unified School District, Anna Morton. From Val Verde Unified School District, Lara Kapelski. From Moreno Valley Educators Association, Harold Accord. From Altura Credit Union, Cheryl Benjamin. From Eastern Municipal Water District, Malia Ortlov. From County Supervisor Marion Ashley's office, Amber Smalley. And from Moreno Valley College, Julio Gonzalez. And now you can applaud. Also, a very intricate and important part of our program is our sponsors, and without their support, despite of still our economic struggles here in our community, they step up and support the program because they believe in our future and our students. If you are not sure where you fall as far as a sponsor, please open your program. And if you are a summa cum laude sponsor, may you please stand and introduce yourself. You have no one?
Yes, Pam or Sarah.
Don't be shy.
Go ahead, Tim.
Moreno Valley Optimist Club, I'm Tim Pizzat.
Welcome, and thank you for your sponsorship. Do we have any doctoral sponsors with us this morning?
Maribel Maddox, Chief Academic Officer, Moreno Valley Unified School District. Good morning.
And I know we have a whole bus full of Val Verde Unified School District employees.
Yeah, good morning, Mike McCormick from Val Verde, Superintendent there. We're happy to be here. Thank you.
Good morning. If we may please have master sponsors, please stand.
Malia Orlov, Eastern Municipal Water District.
Good morning, Tina Covington with Altura Credit Union.
Good morning, Cindy Howard with Altura Credit Union. We're very happy to be here to hear about your journey and all of your accomplishments this morning.
Good morning, Julio Gonzalez with Moreno Valley College.
We're Pat Fulgenzi with MVEA, the Teachers Union.
Good morning, thank you.
Good morning, Pete Cervantes, representing the Riverside County Office of Education, and Dr. White.
Thank you to our master sponsors. Do we have Riverside County Law Alliance here this morning as a bachelor's sponsor? GED sponsors?
Hi everyone, my name is Sydney, I'm a family member of the museum.
Welcome and thank you. I also would like to thank our gift sponsors and students. As you can see, there's these beautiful bags to my left filled with goodies from our community, so we thank them as well. I'd like to take some time to thank also our official Student of the Month photographer from Moreno Valley Unified School District, Chris Weddle, and he's my left. Thank you. Pictures means that they're going to be posted somewhere, and we post them on our website, students, so if you guys can't wait to see them, we post them within a week. Our website is on the back. It's studentofthemonth.net. You could take the pictures. I recommend for you to print maybe 11 by 16, 8 by 10, put it in a frame, take it to your principal's office, and have him or her post it in their office. I think you guys deserve that. Also, you can share those pictures on social media, which I know that's the cool thing to do now. Our video, Val Verde Unified School District, Jonathan Nunez and his crew. Thank you so much, Jonathan. And they're in the back. And yes, there is a video also posted on the website, and we have several different YouTube channels that it goes on. So students, you will be on video. I think he slims us up and puts some makeup on. No, maybe? Yes. We want to acknowledge our web support, Mike Christie, Web and Writing Services. So he's the one that takes care of our website. And our trophies donated by Anity's Trophy. So a round of applause to them as well. A super special thank you to Sizzlers. As you can probably already know, they don't serve breakfast normally, but I think they should because it's delicious. Shannon, thank you so much for making it happen every month for us. Thank you. Students, along with all the goodies that you get to take home today in your bags, there's some really cool certificates. I think anywhere from 7 to 10 different certificates, awards, and recognition that you get to take home. This is where you're gonna have your parents put these up. I suggest you have them put it up on the first wall they see when they wake up. And the purpose for that is you'll be going off to college and you'll need money, lots of it, unfortunately. And you're gonna be calling your parents, and your parents are gonna say, I give you too much. Are you already just squeeze me dry? I have no more to give you. And you're gonna point to the wall or tell them to look at the wall and see how successful and how everyone in the community is so proud. And I think you deserve this $100 or $50, right? Might work, I don't know. Look at your parents, and they're smiling, then they're gonna fall for it, I'm thinking. But we want to take a quick moment as well to acknowledge all the dignitaries that are here present this morning. We've met Shannon from Sizzlers Restaurant. Thank you for being here this morning. We have from Riverside County Superintendent of Schools, Pete Cervantes. As I mentioned earlier, there's a busload of Val Verde Unified School District employees, so let me know if I missed anybody. But we have from Val Verde Unified School District, our superintendent, Mr. Michael McCormick. We also have from Val Verde Unified School District, Assistant Superintendent Mark Lenore. From Val Verde Unified School District, we have Assistant Superintendent Juan Cabral. We have from Moreno Valley Unified School District, Ms. Maribel Maddox. From Senator Roth's office, Mr. Alti Hokum. From Assemblyman Jose Medina's office, Tiffany Tran. From Moreno Valley Unified School District, Board Member C.J. Johnson. Board Member from Val Verde Unified School District and Director at Moreno Valley College, we have Julio Gonzalez. Board Member from Val Verde Unified School District, we have Susan Stotler. From Moreno Valley Educators Association, we have Pat Fulgenzi. And from Moreno Valley Chamber of Commerce, we have Oscar Valdepeña. Now, I apologize in advance if I have missed anybody, but please come and see me and I'll make sure that I do acknowledge you at the end of the program. Thank you. And now for the portion of the program that we're here for, and it's for our students. In advance, I want to thank all the students for having the courage to come up here and share your story with a room full of strangers. But I'll tell you that I get nervous doing this, and I do this a lot, but I'll tell you that your stories encourage all the adults here. It humbles us. We as adults are good complainers, and we always think we have so much on our plate. I can't handle today. No one appreciates me. We're whiners. There's no other word for it. But when you students come up here and share your stories and we think, wow, this is a 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old student, you talk about your life challenges and how you overcame them with a smile on your face and all the great things you're doing, all the great things that you're gonna do, we go back to work and we think, gosh, how can I do more? Why do I even complain? So you definitely empower us, encourage us to move forward. And I encourage you to share your stories with your peers at school, because we never know what struggle they're going through and how our words can help them overcome them. So without further ado, I'd like to welcome our first school, which is Canyon Springs High School, Principal Ms. Tamara Kerr and student Amber Brost. Thank you.
We left Mom behind. Come on up. It is such a pleasure to be here this morning with our Student of the Month, Amber Brost. I first met Amber as a tall, gangly ninth grader 4 years ago, one of the first days of school. And she was so enthusiastic about life and just everything, and so excited to be in high school. Currently, she's carrying about a 3.9 GPA. And she's figured all of this out. She's second in command of our ROTC, commanding 120 plus cadets every day. She's currently accepted to a few universities, one of which is Johnson & Wales, where they've offered her $40,000 in scholarships. So she's doing great things, and I have high hopes for her future. So Amber Brost.
Hi guys. All right, so this is my mother, Kelly Gonzalez, and my stepfather sitting down recording. That's Daniel Gonzalez. And then, as you know, Miss Kerr. So my life story, okay. I guess the biggest problem I had to go through was, when I was young, my parents got divorced. And that's always a big struggle in a kid's life, because your family's now broken apart. And it was in elementary school, so for a bit I was very sad. And then I learned, not only myself, but other kids were going through it as well. And so I met a lot of people who went through it as well, and we kind of went through it together, and we struggled together, and then we grew stronger together. And it was pretty cool because I made a lot of friends, my best friend, her family got a divorce as well. And, we strive to do better because of it. And we're that's not gonna put us down. So yeah, that was my little downfall then. But because of a divorce, I have to admit, it has made me stronger. Like Ms. Kerr said, I did get a $40,000 scholarship, and I'm planning to study criminal justice and be a CPS worker, Child Protective Services, because of it. Because I want to help every kid out like how I should have been helped out, help them out, be there for them, and things like that. So now I'm gonna give it to my mom.
Oh, can everyone hear me? Sorry. Sure, she's tall. I'm not. Sorry. I'm proud of my daughter. She's right. My divorce was pretty ugly for my children, and out of all three of my children, she has overcome the most. She is strong beyond words. She can articulate things that most adults can't. She has been attacked on Facebook by people who tell her they love her the most, and she, with a grace and elegance, responds way better than I could. I'm Irish, so I react before I think. She, however, thinks before she reacts, which I'm glad she did not follow my trait in that department. So her ability to separate herself from it, from people who say they love her the most, and not be like them, I'm very proud of her for that. Her education, she's smart, she's beautiful, and talented. Sorry. Anyways, I wanted her to stay in California for college, but I'm excited for her to go to Colorado to Johnson & Wales, which means frequent flyer miles. But her talent, she's very patient, she's understanding, very loving, and as you can tell, very tall. But I love her with all my heart. Thank you.
I would like to introduce our next Student of the Month and principal from Citrus Hill High School, Principal Esteban Lizarraga.
Good morning, everyone. First, want to start off by congratulating again all of the Student of the Month recipients. It's always a neat experience to hear all your stories, not just the academic achievements, but just the stories that you have endured throughout your high school years. And so congratulations to all of you. For me, it's a pleasure to be able to represent Citrus Hill High School, Val Verde, in highlighting and bragging about one of our phenomenal students, Miss Janelle Monhe, who's accompanied by her parents, Mr. and Mrs. Monhe. When looking at our Student of the Month and and it's not just what I look at, it's the team, my team of teachers, administration on, when we select this student, who are we looking for? What student do we want to highlight and brag? Because there's so many of them at Citrus Hill. And so as we look at these students, it's not just the ones who are showing the academics, because Janelle definitely does. She not only has her AP classes, she's one of our valedictorians. She has a GPA of 4.20. So she's doing her full load. She's on it as far as her academics. But what's special about Janelle is I'll go to the marching band and see the competitions. And I'm like, oh, there's Janelle. And then I'll go to theater and there's a performance. Oh, there's Janelle. And then I'm seeing the prep rallies and the different winter formals. And oh, Janelle's setting up with ASB. And so I'm thinking, wait, does Janelle have a twin? Is there like another Janelle? Because I'm seeing her all over the place. And what strikes me in talking to my ASB director, talking to my band director, and all the different team members at Citrus Hill, what's amazing is they highlight both her servant leadership, where she's constantly serving in every area, but she's also making sure that she's persevering through this whole time. She's definitely showing not just the academics, but the work that goes into being in theater and all the different extra things that she does. And so without further ado, I'd like to congratulate Miss Janelle Monhe as Citrus Hill High School Student of the Month recipient.
Hello, thank you. This is my dad and this is my mom. The greatest contribution to my family, in my opinion, would be my positivity, as simple as it sounds. Sometimes we just need to be reminded that the best is yet to come, and I think that it's really good to just bring happiness to my family. I love to make people happy. I love to smile, and I like that. I like to bring that upon others as well. The biggest lesson I've learned in high school that will definitely follow me throughout my entire life, not just college, is to never worry. Sometimes things will be totally in your control and you can do something about it, which is why you shouldn't worry, because you can do something about it. But there will also be instances where absolutely nothing will be in your control, and that's okay, because it happens to everyone. And no matter what, there's nothing you can do about it, so you might as well just not worry about it. I plan to study film and production. I'd like to get into animation. I love movies and I love to entertain others. I like to make people smile, as I mentioned before. So what better way to do that than to make movies? I would like to attend UCLA, but if I can't get into UCLA, then I would choose between UC Irvine or Cal State Fullerton. But I know no matter where I end up, I'm gonna be okay, because it's whatever I make of it. So I would like to thank the sponsors. Thank you for hosting the event. Thank you for the great service. And here's my dad.
Well, hello, good morning. My name is Rigoberto Monge, and for me and my wife, we're very excited. We're very happy for our daughter Janelle. She's not only a good student, but it's also a good daughter. There's times in our lives that we've been struggling, I'm sorry. And I was just going to say that she's a good daughter. And then at home, I mean, sometimes we struggle, but, she's always there, very positive, like she just mentioned, because she always gives us hope knowing that, Dad, there's a God out there that's going to help us. He's not going to leave us alone. So right now, the only thing I could say is we're very proud of you, Janelle, but I'm also very thankful. And I want to thank my Father in heaven and our Lord Jesus Christ for this moment. Thank you.
Okay, next up, I'd like to introduce from March Mountain High School, Principal Sean McMurray and student Gemma Lemus.
Good morning, everybody, and congratulations to all the students of the month out there. It is my pleasure to introduce to you Gemma Lemus, our Student of the Month for March Mountain. Let's give her a round of applause. Gemma is described by her teachers as focused on school and her future, and she's just like having another teacher in the class. Gemma not only works hard on her work, but is always volunteering to help other students during lunchtime, during class time, to help them achieve the same that she's achieving in her classes. Gemma came to March Mountain after attending school in Mexico for a couple of years, with very few credits. She is an outstanding role model for our students on campus, as she has persevered and will graduate on time in June. After graduation, Gemma wants to attend Moreno Valley College and wants to become a pediatrician after her studies are complete. Gemma will definitely be missed by her teachers, but also the students at March Mountain, who she has helped along with their journey. And here is Gemma Lemus.
Hi, my name is Gemma. I come from March Mountain, and this is my dad and my little brother over there in the back recording for my mom. The biggest contribution would be to my family, because I would be the first one to go to college. I'm the oldest out of 4. Unfortunately, I don't like that. I guess the biggest lesson I have learned throughout this school year, or this whole years of school, would be moving around a lot. And unfortunately today my mom couldn't make it. She lives all the way in Mexico, and being away from my family is something really hard, and oh God. I guess it's just something that you need to tell everybody to keep going, and it's hard being away from your family, and you just need to keep going, continue going to school for them. The biggest contribution, I guess you could say, would be for my mom and for my siblings, to show them that school is very important, to keep going and to pursue your dreams. I plan on being a pediatrician because I want to help kids and help parents with their kids. I don't know. It's something really cool to me, taking care of kids. I don't think that I don't know. Yeah, a pediatrician. Thank you. I'd like for my dad to say something. I'd like to thank the people who allowed us to come here today and this food, and to thank the teachers for allowing me to come here today and continue with this program. And my dad will say a few words too.
Good morning to everybody. I'm happy to be here. I'm proud of my daughter. Thank you to all the teachers who have helped her, and the principal too. Thank you. And I hope to you stay the same and continue to study. Thank you to everybody.
And up next from Moreno Valley College, Mr. Julio Gonzalez.
Good morning. Students, congratulations to you. Family members, congratulations. we work, all the adults and in the schools and in the community, we work to provide you with all the opportunities so you can be as successful as possible. And I have to say that it's very inspirational to hear you guys share your stories because we want the best for you. And you guys are definitely taking advantage of these opportunities and all the help that we provide. So your successes are our biggest accomplishments. So congratulations to all the students. For the Middle College High School program, I would like to introduce Alma Otera as our Student of the Month. If we can give her a hand, please. Yeah, Alma comes to us from Canyon Springs High School, and in our program we have about 80 seniors, and we only get to select 7 students. Amazing students who have given up a lot their last 2 years of high school with their friends, with the different activities, and they all do a lot of great things. Alma stands from a lot of them in many different ways. In addition to just taking advantage of the opportunities offered at our program, doing an amazing job in her college classes, doing a lot better than many adult college students. She currently has a 3.8 college GPA. She's on track to graduate with 50 college units, which is close to 2 years of college. And she's planning to continue her education at university, and she'll share a little more about that. But what's amazing about her, aside from taking advantage of these opportunities, is that life has been very, very challenging. And she has had to face many different challenges at a very young age that could have easily been reasons to give up or easy reasons not to do well in school or in life. But yet, that has never stopped her. And there's a motivation there that it's amazing, that helps her continue to do the best and just want a better future. So without any further ado, Alma Otera, Alfredo.
Good morning, everyone. Okay, so what motivates me is my story from a young age. It started off when I was 6 when my parents divorced. Like Amber said, everyone faces divorce differently, and that helped me become independent in a young age. From there on, I became kind of like the second mom to my sister, who is special needs. And then my dad met my stepmom when I was 7. So she became my mom. Because from there on, I never talked to my mom as a mother. I haven't spoke to my mom for over a year now. My daughter, my dad passed away 3 years ago, so that was a really difficult challenge for me. Leaving Canyon, before leaving Canyon, I applied to the middle college program, and I thank Gonzalez and the middle college team for accepting me, because without them, I wouldn't be able to strive more than I would be in Canyon. So now I'm gonna graduate with 50 units, probably more, I'm not sure. And then hopefully become a homicide detective, and I would be graduating college 2020. Yes, so 2 years before. And what else? Oh, I want to become a homicide detective. Did I say that already? Become a homicide detective because I love the adrenaline. I love not knowing what's to come. So I like that. So here's my mom, Maria Casillas. I'll be translating for her.
Mi nombre es María Casillas. Yo estoy bien orgullosa de mi hija. Como ella lo dijo, no es mi hija de nacimiento de mí, pero es mi hija porque yo la quiero como mi hija.
Okay. She says she's really proud of She said she's really proud of me. Even though I'm not her daughter from her womb, she still loves me as her daughter.
Estoy orgullosa de ella porque desde niña ella ha sido muy responsable. Y como ella dijo, su papá murió hace 3 años. Y aunque su papá se murió, ella siguió estudiando y sé cómo ha luchado para llegar hasta donde ha llegado ahorita.
So although my father passed away 3 years ago, I still managed to get through and still strive.
So I'm so happy. I'm understand everything, but I don't speak a lot. So I'm so happy.
Thank you. Our next principal is Ms. Latasha Brown from Moreno Valley High School.
Greetings. I present to you the Moreno Valley High School Student of the Month, Miss Brianna White. Brianna, what I find to be very intriguing is that it is African American History Month, and we celebrate the greats in African American history. I want to share with you that Brianna is ranked #1 of the African American students at Moreno Valley High School with over 4.1 GPA. Brianna is accompanied by her mother, Angela White, and her father, Herbert White. She is described by her teachers as involved, extremely kind, inquisitive, loyal, a leader, and they're impressed by her wit, and her biting thirst for an argument, and she's also been shared as one who is a breath of fresh air. Brianna is on our water polo team. She is a CIF finalist of the water polo team. She's a part of National Honor Society, GSA, the Eco Club, the Science Club, and she is an avid student. She's also a part of our welding program. She hopes to obtain her welding certificate because she plans to major in mechanical engineering, and she wants to acquire that certificate so she won't incur additional costs because she'll have her license in welding as a mechanical engineer. She plans to attend San Diego State. She has applied to 8 California universities. We had an HBCU college fair at one of our high schools. She got accepted to almost all of them in which she applied for. She attends Bible study at her church, and she loves to read. And the person who has made the most impact on her is her mother because of her tenacity and her encouragement, and she truly loves her mother with all of her heart. I present to you Moreno Valley High School Student of the Month, Miss Brianna White.
Hello, I am Brianna White. Today I have with me my mother, Angela, my father, Herbert, my sister, Ava, my grandpa, Larry, and my grandpa, Rita. I think my greatest contribution to my school, family, community, or society is my overall curiosity with anything that comes at me. I think too often people my age are ready to just accept whatever they're told without questioning it at all. And the fact that I do that not only for myself but for other people, I feel gets other people in the habit of doing that for themselves. The biggest lesson that I've learned throughout high school is that I can. Despite the obstacles, despite the statistics set against me, despite the people who say that I can't, I can. As Ms. Brown said, I have applied to a number of colleges, my top ones being San Diego State, UC San Diego, or UC Irvine. And I want to become an engineer because I believe that the ability to say, you see this, I made this, is just rapidly disappearing, and that's such a saddening thought. last thing I would like to do is to thank all of our sponsors. This definitely would not be possible without them, so thank you.
Hi, I'm Angela, Brianna's mom. I'm gonna try to get through this without being emotional. She came to me a couple weeks ago and she said, hey, I've been nominated as Student of the Month and I need you to write a speech for me and get it on a page. And I thought, how on earth am I gonna get everything that I wanna say about my daughter on one page? I think the best thing that I can say about my daughter is she is, hands down, the best person I know. She has the best moral compass. She cares deeply about her friends and her family, and just about people in general. She, at a very, very young age of 17, has the most self-confidence of anybody that I know. She is she has unwavering determination. Again, at the young age of 17, she knows exactly who she is, and she's not afraid of it. She's going at it headstrong. She's fearless, and I cannot be more proud of my daughter. Again, she's the strongest person I know. I'm the parent, and I look up to her. She's a fantastic role model for not only her younger siblings, but for anybody that happens to know Brianna. So I cannot begin to tell you how proud I am of my daughter. My husband is of our daughter. My parents are of my daughter. Thank you, Brianna, for being a wonderful daughter. And I'm so very proud of you. I want to thank Sizzler for sponsoring the event, and more importantly, I want to thank the teachers and the administrators at Moreno Valley High School for recognizing how special my daughter is.
I now present to you the administrator of Rancho Verde High School, Bill Gerdes.
Hi, I'm Bill Gerdes. I'm an assistant principal at Rancho Verde High School. I've been in my position about 5 months now, and I'm not going to lie, I met our Student of the Month, Angelique Pokorski, yesterday. And I'm so glad that I did, because talking to her, Angelique is a student athlete. She was on the swim team. She's played volleyball for us for 4 years. She's a valedictorian. If Rancho Verde has a tough AP class, Angelique has been in it, or is taking it right now. She's a valedictorian. She's been in ROTC for 4 years, our Air Force ROTC program for 4 years while she's been at Rancho. And while Angelique could probably get into just many universities in California across the nation, she's decided to dedicate herself and a good chunk of her life to the Air Force, and she is already enrolled and will be joining the Air Force at the end of the year and heading off to basic training. And then after that, while she's in the Air Force, also wants to continue and become an OBGYN. So without further ado, I'm going to hand it over to Angelique, who we're very proud of at Rancho Verde High School.
Good morning. Firstly, I would like to say I'm extremely honored to be here this morning, receiving this achievement out of all my peers that are as equally qualified as I am. This school year has been quite an adventure, going through the struggles of AP classes, working on the weekends, and dealing with college applications. So just to find out, I won't even be attending college right after high school. Due to my father being in the military but not retired, the GI Bill essentially covers nothing. So I tried to figure out all my options. I applied for FAFSA. I didn't qualify for any grants. People tried to convince me loans were the way to go, but at what cost? A lifetime of debt, which I'm not trying to do. I tried to get the Navy ROTC scholarship. I was filling it out my junior year just to find out I don't qualify, and they wanted me to wait another year. I don't want to be here no more. I was left at a complete standstill contemplating my next option. After searching through other options to pay for college, I came to the decision that I'm willing to put my life on the line and serve my country in the United States Air Force as an aerospace medical technician, working my way through ranks and hopefully one day becoming an officer and medical doctor in the Air Force. I have recently sworn into the military, and I'm now awaiting basic training in San Antonio, Texas. And I hope to spend at least 20 to 30 years active duty and retire by the age of 48 with a very generous pension. I'm thankful for the amount of support I've received about my life decision from my family, friends, and schoolmates. And I would like to thank everyone that allowed me to be here today, as well as other Student of the Months, and receiving this honor today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of my family, and as well as all the students here who are well deserving, I would like to say that I'm very proud of our daughter. Being an active duty Marine, it's kind of hard to be at all the events between deployments and a whole bunch of other crazy stuff that's going on today in this world. So I'm actually very honored to be here as well because I missed a lot of the family time. So I just want to say that I'm very happy and proud of her, of all the accomplishments that she made up to this point. And one thing that what's highly motivating about Angelique is that she makes her own decisions, and empowering your children to make those decisions, and making those mistakes. It's okay, because life is going to be challenging. You're going to make mistakes, but at the end of the day is what you choose and what you're willing to accomplish, and having that drive. That's what really matters. And choosing to go and serve for the country, I think it's a very honorable thing to do, and I wish her all the best, as well as all the rest of the students. I wish you all the best in everything that you do, because the world is yours, and you have the chance to change the future. So thank you very much. Very proud of you, and thank you for giving her the honor to be the Student of the Month. Thank you.
Okay, I'd like to introduce Dr. Vanessa McCune from the Val Verde Academy School.
I would like to celebrate a very hardworking and determined young lady, Val Verde Academy Student of the Month, with Miss Winter Coronado. Winter came to VVA this past fall, and she has been a wonderful, cheery member of the VVA student body, joining in with our ASB government, helping with ASB fundraisers, food drives, basketball tournaments, and other campus events. Winter has managed to overcome challenges of moving multiple times during her senior year, yet she has still managed to secure A's and B's in all of her classes. Her mom even had been working in another state as well in order to support the family, and Winter still managed to focus on her studies. Winter aspires to obtain a career in the culinary field and a minor in business, and she's actually already started this career at the California Institute for the Arts. She volunteers also every Sunday with her church, the Crossroads Christian Church, and she runs the cameras and media for the service. She is here today with her mother, Mrs. Sherry Brown Coronado, who I actually learned today is an exceptional role model, as her mom is studying a career and a master's in leadership through the Grand Canyon University's online program. I'm really amazed at their dedication in this family to focus on education despite all the financial challenges and obstacles that they've had. So I'm very, very happy and proud to celebrate Miss Winter Coronado, Val Verde Academy Student of the Month.
Hello, good morning. I'm sorry, I'm kind of nervous, I'm not gonna lie. It's honestly been a struggle my whole entire life. My parents have been divorced too, but the hardest part for me was when my dad left to Texas. he's still there, and I'm glad he's still there because he's working for my family to help provide me and my 2 older sisters a future. But with that, also with him moving to Texas, me and my sisters lost our family home, and we've lost a lot. We've had to stay at friends' house, rely on them, just to stay in the school that I really wanted to be in, and it's really hard. I'm proud of how I've kept moving along and working so hard. And I'm sorry. I like to hear your stories. It honestly touches me so much to see that I'm not alone to lose so much. And I'm so proud of my mom for being so strong throughout all these years, because I wouldn't have made it without her and my dad working so hard for me and my sisters. And I'd like to thank you all for listening to my story, and I honestly don't know what to say, but thank you.
Well, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate, I never know how proud my children are of me until they tell me. I just appreciate having the forum for our children to be celebrated. It's hard to move in the middle of your senior year, to be homeless, sleep from couch to couch. It's hard to have to go to work in a different state, sleep in a car, and while your children, and make sure that they're still going to school, they're still doing their homework. Thank God for technology. So you're able to, use your iPhone and say, hey, how are you doing? Thank God for whiteboard, because that's how I'm able to help with homework. It's been an interesting experience, and thank God I've been able to continue to serve at my church and be connected with people who were supportive, not people who talked about us. We didn't have to share it, we just did it. I volunteered everywhere, Parish Chamber of Commerce, all across, and I'm so happy that she was able to stay strong and continue, and it was effortless. My children are great children. I have 2 in college, and now she's college bound, and I just want to say thank you for having this for these children, because without these things, it's something to keep them going. And thank you so very much. I appreciate it. I'm so very proud of her.
I would like to introduce the principal of Valverde High School, Mr. Steve Coelho, and his student, Miss Valerie Hernandez.
Good morning. Thank you for being here. Adults, thank you so much for your support and for showing your care for these kids and these students. Hearing your stories, students, is uplifting. But also remember, your circumstances do build discipline, strength, and endurance. And obviously you've made it here, and we celebrate you guys. Congratulations. I do congratulate my student, Miss Valerie Hernandez. Give her a hand. And I do thank you for her support. Her group home mentors came here with her, as well as one of my staff members, Miss Esperanza Tapia, to support her and celebrate with her. So thank you for being here. Now, the student of honor, Miss Valerie, what can I say? She came to Valverde High School struggling with life circumstances, as many students at our school do, but soon was embraced and was infected by what I call the Valverde effect. My staff members embraced her, like Miss Esperanza Tapia here, and had a lot of other staff members and teachers who really embraced them, understand where our kids come from, understand the struggles they come from and deal with every day. But they also remember that kids do stand up and rise up. Miss Valerie is very positive. You wouldn't know that she struggles in her life circumstances by her outlook, but it's very positive, very helpful, very involved in school. And with that said, I do want to congratulate and celebrate Miss Valerie Hernandez.
Well, I'm really nervous, but good morning, everybody. I just want to say, I know how everybody feels, you know. It's like, it's really important that I hear everybody else's story, because, like, it's really touching, because, like, it's not like I have to go through this alone, because, you know, there's different people. And I just want to say that everybody should keep their head up, you know, and just keep a positive attitude, because it was really hard for me, because I come from a broken home. My parents don't talk to each other. I'm in a group home, and it was really hard for me to get my stuff together, and I managed to do that this year. And 9th and 10th grade I had nothing but S, and 11th grade, the grade I'm in right now, I have all A's and B's, and first, second, and third semester I passed with A's and B's, and I'm really proud of myself. But I couldn't have done it without these two, especially her, because if it wasn't for her, I would have never thought, like, looking into college or whatever, because I didn't want to go. And now I want to be a correction officer, so when I'm done with high school, that's what I'm gonna do.
Hello, good morning, everyone. I just want to say a few words of Valerie. All I can say is that she's an amazing young lady. It's been wonderful working with her. She's come a long way from when she first came to us at Val Verde High. She had a little bit of a feisty attitude, but she's toned that down a whole lot, and she's all about working, you know, to graduate hopefully with us in May. I think when we nominated her, she had a 4.0. So she's doing a wonderful job, and I'm very proud of her. She's obviously one of my favorites this year. You know, they all find a way to your heart, you know, and it's every year you have those special 1 or 2 kids, you know, and yeah, and I'm not gonna, but she's the one for me right now. So I love her, and I wish her the best in the future.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Denise. Like they mentioned, I am one of the group home administrators where Valerie lives. She came to us a year ago, actually this month, and she was really closed off, didn't let very many people in. So I feel honored and special that you allowed me to be your mentor and be there for you as a big sister, because I'm not old enough to be your mother. But it's because of kids like Valerie that I love what I do. Thank you all for your support of her. And like I told you, you're stuck with me for life now. I'm extremely proud of you. You give me way too much credit. You've always had this in you. I was just the one to hold the mirror up to you. So this is just the beginning, and let's go.
Thank you. And now introducing Ms. Karen Johnson, principal of Valley View High School.
I am very happy and honored today to introduce to you Valley View High School Student of the Month, Ms. Amani Moxley. Before she comes to the podium, I would like to say how inspired and how touched in heart I am by many of the stories that I've heard here this morning. I just want to say something to the young people, especially the young person that just came up. There's a verse that comes to my mind that weeping may endure for a night, but joy comes in the morning. And I want to echo the young lady that said the best is yet to come. So we all go through struggles and trials, and I don't think there's an adult in here that has not been through a situation, but we can testify that the things that we've gone through has made us strong. It's helped us to persevere. So those struggles that you have are those qualities that you're going to take through life, and you're going to endure, and you're going to be successful adults. So I encourage you to keep on moving. So as I introduce introduce Amani this morning, I want to say she's the kind of young lady that turns lemons into lemonade. She has a vivacious personality, and she's fun-loving, and she always brings a spirit of joy with her. She told me a story this morning that she played a trick on her dad, that she presented him with a report card. And on this report card, there was a bunch of D's and F's and so forth. And as her dad looked at this report card, he became more and more upset till he began to use some choice words, if you know what I mean. So as he did this, she chuckled to herself and she said, she reached in her pocket and she said, "Here it is, Dad." And then now he sees the report card that Amani is an A and B student, and she's in the top 20% of her class. She's the president of BSU, and more importantly, she is the captain of a basketball team, a girls basketball team that is on its way to win a CIF championship. We claim that, Amani, right now. And I want to tell you, yeah, that's an applause. One of the things that we're very proud of this team is they have won 28 games and lost only one. So this is a great team, and she leads that team, and I'm very proud to say that she is our student of the month, Amani Moxley.
Good morning. Let's try that again. Good morning. Hey, my name is Amani Moxley. A little bit about myself. I am captain of my varsity basketball team at Valley View High School. I played there for all 4 years, and I've been on varsity all 4 years. I've also been involved with Black Student Union, where I'm currently the president. In the past 2 years, I was vice president. And I've also been involved with the ASB since my 7th grade year, and involved with some other stuff as well. A little bit about myself. Okay, so I didn't have like a major challenge growing up. You know, like I've had family is like a huge thing, like to me. So I've always had family near to me. But I would say a challenge through my high school years would have to be, I have 3 older brothers. And my dad, he was the freshman football coach for like a very long time. So coming in, I had like already that chip of, you're Coach Moxley's daughter, you're Moxley's sister, you're Moxley somebody. So like I've always felt like when I get to high school, I want them to remember me by Amani Moxley, not just a Moxley. So I feel like I have to prove myself, like, okay, like I'm not just Moxley's sister, I'm the Amani Moxley, the one who plays basketball, the one who's in BSU, or I'm not just Coach Moxley's daughter, I'm, you know, doing more than that. So I feel like I've always had to prove myself. I've always wanted to be more involved. So once I leave Valley View High School and I come back to visit, people are like, oh, I remember her. She did this, this, and this. She was this, this, and this. So I feel like that was the most, I guess, biggest challenge in my high school career. I plan on, well, I haven't made my decision on where I want to go to college yet, but I did apply to several CSUs and also to HBCUs, historical black colleges, and I have got accepted to a lot of them. I can't go down the list. And I hope to go out of state, but I know my dad doesn't want me to. He doesn't want me leaving. Me being the youngest and the only girl, so I know my mom, like, you know, she has my back on that. But so hopefully, and I plan on playing at the next level for basketball, and I plan on majoring in criminal justice, and then from there I plan to be a probation officer, which I got, you know, the passion from my dad because he's a probation officer, and also just working with kids because both my parents work with kids, my mom being a special needs teacher. So I feel like I've always had family around, and I feel like not everybody had that growing up. So I feel like me being a mentor to kids, you know, who not everybody who's in the system chose to be like that. It's just people who around them didn't have like the best, I guess, guidance in their life. So I feel like, I mean, I'm real personable with people, so I feel like I could be really good in that aspect and get that check. So, and also still be involved with more stuff around school, hopefully. And I just want to thank all that the teachers who nominated me, and then the principal, Ms. Johnson, and also administrators throughout my 4 years who have really like supporting me through basketball and also coming to my BSU showcases and stuff like that. So thank you, everyone. And I just want to thank God also. And I don't know, my parents didn't know they had to put me on the spot, so I'm putting my mom on the spot so she can say a few words about me.
Good morning. I'm DeVoe Moxley, my husband Anthony Moxley, and of course we are very proud of our daughter, Amani. She shows her perseverance. She's unselfish. She's the type of individual, like if you're an educator in the classroom and you have a student and you're the educator that wants to say something, she's the one to say it for you. So you as the educator won't get in trouble for, but she puts them in their place, or she explains to them, hey, we're here to learn. So she's, I'm just very proud of her. She's involved in everything. She participates in church, Children's Bible Hour. She is also one of the students on campus that if she always acknowledges the disabled, and she has friends that may be distant from them, and she will bring them over and say, hey, say hi, give them a high five. It's okay. And so we just want to thank everyone, and I'm getting emotional here. I just want to thank everyone for allowing my daughter to shine. I know sometimes it's not hard. I mean, it's very hard to, sometimes they're overlooked. Students are overlooked. And I'm just glad that all these students here are recognized for the things they have done, the things they have gone through, and the things that they will accomplish. And we know that they are our future. And our future lies in their hands. And we're just glad that you're able to acknowledge that and give them that next opportunity. And we just love everybody. Thank you.
Now I would like to introduce my colleague from Vista Del Lago, the principal, Mr. Eric Swanson.
Good morning, everyone, and again, congratulations to all the students of the month here today. When I arrived at Vista Del Lago, it was a pretty quick transition, and I don't think she knows this, but our student of the month here, Erasis Garcia, was one of the first students that I met, and it was during registration at the end of July, beginning of August, and at that time, everything was new to me at the high school level, but I watched Erasis and her leadership skills with students. And when I talk about a true leader, Erasis is a true leader. And when she speaks, people listen, whether it's students, staff members. Just last week, we did a presentation at Vista Del Lago and for our Unity Conference, and Erasis was one of the student presenters. And I made it to one of her sessions, and I was so proud and actually amazed by how she runs things, how she speaks. She actually even translated for me. And so when I think of Erasis and the places she's gonna go, I know that she will go far, and it's an honor to be able to present our Student of the Month, Ms. Erasis Garcia.
Thank you. As he said, I do this a lot, but I still get nervous every time. My name is Erasis Garcia. Today I'm here with my mom and my sister, Mama number 2 and Mama number 1. I'm representing Vista. I would like to say that contribute a lot with being ASB vice president. Whatever the school needs, I try to help out as much as I can. One of the main jobs I have is helping with clubs, and I encourage students to start them up. We have over 60 clubs since a little girl, I knew I wanted to help my community. I had to overcome many obstacles to get to where I am right now. I've dealt with my parents' divorce, depression, anxiety, and loss of loved ones. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It has all been hard. Well, one of the special lessons that has taught me is that no matter what happens, we can overcome that. I'm so sorry. Okay. I keep smiling every day because that is the best future that we have. I love to smile. I love to make people happy because we never know that if they woke up, they didn't have such a good morning. Every morning that we wake up is a new opportunity to achieve greatness. Sorry. When I graduate, I'm going to go to Moreno Valley College and get my AA and move to Long Beach as soon as I get my 2 years. I aspire to be a behavioral interventionist to help kids with disabilities, like my niece. She has intellectual development and global development. My niece has a behavioral therapist of her home, and her mom is right here. That kid is so amazing. I'm so sorry. That kid is so amazing. She's the definition of a happy kid. Although she has that disability, she's able to wake up every morning and she gets so happy when she sees her bus driver pull up and she's like, oh, the bus is here, and everyone walks her out and she's like, bye. She's so excited. And then she gets home and she has her very own behavioral interventionist, and I see every day how much she improves, and I see how much the teachers help her. I never thought that she would be able to count to 10 as she is right now. Last night, actually, she was sleeping with me, and before she went to sleep, she was counting to 10, all her ABCs, and it just makes me so proud. It makes me feel like I want to help kids like her one day. I want to make sure that, as everyone does, and the administrators and the teachers, it can be hard. It can be very hard, and it was hard for me to write this speech because I've never really spoke about this, not even to my family. So this is the first time, and I want to really thank everyone and all the sponsors because I know helping kids is hard. We have some stubborn ones, and like me, some energetic, crazy ones, and you guys probably see me all around school and getting crazy, like Mr. Swanson says, for registration and all that. So it's been a very crazy roller coaster ride, but I'm here as a living testimony that we do get through it, and I want to thank everyone again. I have my mama number 2 speaking on behalf.
Hi, good morning, everyone. I was not ready for this speech. On the way over here, she turns around and she says, by the way, you have to say nice things about me. And I have a million things to say about her. This is my first time hearing about her anxiety. She's a very strong person that doesn't really like to show negative emotions. So I just want to say that I'm very proud of you, and I know that our parents' divorce has been a big struggle for you, but just know that my mom and I are very proud of you, and I want to thank you for being very patient. I am the mother of a special needs child, and that lives with her, and I know that it can be very overwhelming. I'm just very proud of you, and just keep going, and I know you're going to get far. I love you.
Thank you again, students, for sharing your story. I wish I could stand here and tell you that life gets easier and you've been through the worst, but as an adult, as a child that went through struggles, I could tell you it doesn't. But I'll tell you this, it makes you stronger. And because of your resilience and what you've been able to overcome and what you're overcoming now, and all of you shared the same thing. You talked about how you like giving back to the community, how you like to help others. Despite of your struggle, you still think of others, and these are the human beings that we want in our communities, in our world, because you have the heart, you have the passion, and the motivation to move forward. So a big round of applause for all our students here today. I would like to call up two dignitaries that will come up and speak just for a few seconds, maybe a minute, just for time constraints. But we have Amber Smalley from Marian Ashley's office and Oscar Valdepeña from the Moreno Valley Chamber of Commerce.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of Riverside County Supervisor Marian Ashley's office, we'd like to congratulate you all on receiving the Student of the Month award. I, for one, was one of those students who was like, I'm leaving Moreno Valley, I'm never coming back, you know? And then I got a job at my old high school, Rancho, and then I was like, oh, now I'm working, you know, in the county, working with the exact community that I wanted to leave. So I've been so inspired by all of your stories, and I would really like to encourage all of you guys. You have something so special that you have to share with youth just like yourselves. So we would really like to encourage you guys to come back and share everything that you've learned once you guys are aerospace engineers and behavioral interventionists. So thank you once again, and congratulations.
Unlike Amber, who just started after graduating, just this year, that's how young she is. So, being part of the chamber, I'm very proud of this program. I've been involved for many, many years and seen it grow and seen and listened to the challenges that the students have had, but I've never been so honored to be here because you've jumped the hurdles, you've crossed the barriers, you've spoken up, and you've accomplished a lot. I know that you talk about the disadvantages, you talk about the barriers, you talk about what may have been in the way, but you overcome it. I want you to remember a couple of things, that as you're struggling, as you're challenging, when others see you, you have things they don't, and they wish to have what you have. And no matter how tough it seems, that one little thing that you have, some others don't have and they want it. And it trickles down to that. And to explain that is a little difficult, but just imagine, you may think that you're having a hard time, but the love that you give, the time that you give, the thoughts that you give, some people don't have that and they want it. But what they have, another one wants behind them, if that makes sense. So continue to do what you do and to strive. I'd like to say to Brianna White, where are you sitting, about the welding. I like to hear that. And we have a program right here locally, the MARS program, Manufacturing, Aerospace, Research, and Science, that is, I'd like to connect with you on that welding, because right out in Val Verde works with that program, that you can go straight into the training for the welding and get the certificate and get placed in the aerospace industry right here locally. And I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but let's get you the information of that if you want to do something like that. And to the other students, look around you. Just last night, I was listening to a teenager about their voice and what they wanted to do, and it's very difficult to talk to teenagers nowadays because of the groups that you're in. But we're the adults that are here, from your legislative offices, from the administration to the school district to across the way, they will listen. Please speak up to them. They will help you with whatever you need, if not point you in the right direction. And I know the time is limited, but I like to say, as part of the Optimist Club, which we have a few Optimist members here, that I always like to say is saying, and to you students, especially today, I want you to promise yourself to give so much time to the improvement of yourself that you have no time to criticize others. Thank you for being here this morning.
I would like to welcome up from Moreno Valley Unified School District Board Member Cleveland Johnson, and from Val Verde Unified School District Superintendent Michael McCormick.
Good morning. Good morning.
You know, I tell you what, I go to a lot of affairs, but this is one of my best ones. Because when I see all these students come up, and especially this year, when you hear all those heartwarming stories, it makes you want to cry. Because they are so happy because of their accomplishments. So students, I congratulate you again. And while we're congratulating the students, I'd be remiss if we didn't say something about these wonderful teachers that we have in these two districts. So would you please just give them a hand, please, and the administrators for the wonderful job that they have been doing over the years and that they continue to do for all of our students. I cannot take Dr. Ketsiora's place, but I'm going to try to do just my best. But just know, I just can't. I can't do that. Do want to thank Oscar again too. Oscar has been doing this for years. This is from his heart. I've been knowing him for several years, and please just give it up for him too, because this guy is something. And then, as you know, Karina, Cheryl, and Anna, and everybody else who's been assisting, thank them, thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We appreciate all of that. And again, these wonderful students, you guys have already made it. There's another ladder to climb, but you already know how to do it, and I am sure that you guys are going to reach your goals and you're going to be very successful no matter what you do. And I want to, in close, I want to do something personal. Mr. McCormick had a championship football game, and he invited myself and Dr. Ketsiora and my buddy Jesus Ogin, and we went to the game. Well, Ms. Mockley, would you stand up again, please? Okay. I don't know when is her next game, but I think it's one day this week.
Tonight.
Oh, it's tonight.
Tonight.
Okay. If you like what you heard today, believe me, you're going to like what you see tonight. So please come out. Mrs. Johnson, now I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm inviting all these folks, and especially Mr. McCormick. So if they come, I'll help you out with some of the finances. I don't know how you have to pay CIF, but we want to see. He's got the card. So we want to see as many people. You notice I said that Dr. Ketsiora and Jesus and myself went to their game. So Mrs. Mockley already told me. Miss Mockley already told me. She said, Mr. Johnson, try and get as many people as you can, because I'll tell you this: when she's on the court, she looks to her left, no matter which. She's looking at the home side. She want to make sure that the fans are there supporting her, and when we are there, she plays even harder. So I expect to see a lot of us there. Forget what school you came from, just represent Moreno Valley. Thank you all very much.
I'm so hopeful. I say that with all sincerity. The reason that I've dedicated my life to education is for moments like these. We hear on the news of all the tragedy and the bad things that are happening, but when I hear about the students that we heard from today, I'm hopeful. We have a bright future ahead. And I want to say to the students, parents, do the best they know how. We do the best job as parents that we can. There isn't an instruction manual that comes with you kids. And I can tell you as a parent myself, I've done the best that I know how, the way I was trained from my parents. And my parents were trained by their parents, who maybe weren't the best examples. But we come at parenting with the best of intentions. We want the very best for our children. We love our children. And so to the parents, I feel a special connection with you today. And I join in this celebration of your students and their accomplishments. And I'm so hopeful for our future. And I will just end by saying that I got my degree in anthropology and somehow landed in education by way of probation. And with the things that have happened in Florida and the gun narrative that's happening across the nation, I will leave this with you from a fellow anthropologist. It's my favorite quote. It's by Margaret Mead. "Never doubt that a small group of thoughtful, committed citizens can change the world. Indeed, it's the only thing that ever has." And I want to say I'm very fortunate to work with an amazing Board of Education. My president, Ms. Suzanne Stotler, is here. Vice President of the board, Mr. Julio Gonzalez, is here. Board member Matthew Serafin is here. It takes a team to do this work, and I know there's an amazing team next door in Moreno Valley, and so we thank you, and we're here to serve. Thanks a bunch.
Thank you again. And I am a strong believer. I always say there's no such thing as a bad person, bad student. People do bad things. Sometimes we don't like them, but they're not bad. And when it comes to students, when they act out a certain way, it's normally because there's some hurt and pain inside. And I challenge everyone to just love and care for those people that are challenged. I'm sorry. Julio has something to say? Yes, so Julio has something to say. I am so sorry, I'm the worst person in reading lips, so don't ever do that.
Apologize and thank you. Just really quick. I represent Val Verde as a board member, but my full-time job is working at Moreno Valley College, which we are honored to be part of this program. We thank you for being part of this program to recognize our students. And I just wanted to plug in just a little bit that at our college, through the partnerships we have with both Moreno Valley and Val Verde Unified, we have this college promise where students are able to basically get their first year of college at no cost. The requirements for the program are that the students apply to financial aid, they apply to a college, they commit to full-time, they commit to the summer. And whatever financial aid doesn't cover as it pertains to books, the cost of units, even the parking permit, the college will pick up. And so there was a couple of students that had expressed interest in our college. There's a couple of students that shared, how expensive it is going to college, and that's very true. And sometimes we forget that we're very fortunate that within our community we have our own college, Moreno Valley College. And sometimes, we get lost with UCs or CSUs or only 4 years, where we forget that Moreno Valley College, community college in general, provides a lot of great opportunities at a more affordable cost. And with our college promise made possible through the partnerships with both districts and also the city of Moreno Valley, we are here as another option of all the great options that you have out there. So I just wanted to plug that in. We have been going to the different schools to encourage students to apply to our college, maybe as a first choice or maybe as a second or third choice, and we're continuing to do that. But tomorrow night, we're going to be at Vista del Lago at 5 o'clock in their theater, sharing information about this. So you're all welcome to attend, regardless of the school we're focusing on Moreno Valley and Val Verde Unified, so you're all welcome to be part of that. But that's just one more opportunity that our city, our college provides to our community. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Gonzalez. I want to close with students. We have these gift bags for you, and we have some more on the end, so please don't forget your gift bag. We want to take a picture of each individual student of the month this morning, as well as the group of the student of the month. If your parents want to jump in after we do the group, principals, mentors, and you're more than welcome. Dignitaries, if you'd like to take a picture as well. Remember, these pictures are going to be posted on our site for you guys to be able to pull from and print that 11 by 16 picture for your principal. Is that too big? 11 by 16? I say if we're going to do it big, right? So again, thank you for sharing. I'm going to end the morning with Minute with Maxwell. And John Maxwell is a motivational speaker, an author, a pastor, and I get a word sent to me via email. This morning the word was diligence, and I haven't heard it yet, but that word just inspires me to think of the students here today and how diligent you are to move forward despite of any roadblocks. You just push right through them and keep going. So I'll end it with this. Thank you.
Welcome to today's Friday Challenge word, which is diligence. As you know, every Friday on Minute with Maxwell, we throw out a word to kind of challenge you, and we basically ask you after I give you the word to either leave us a comment or take what I give you and share it with someone else, or to take action yourself on it. That's kind of what we call it, the Friday Challenge. We challenge you not just to hear the word and hear what I say, we challenge you to do something about it. Isaac Santos from New Britain, Connecticut, who's an insurance consultant and realtor, gave me the word. Isaac, it's a good word. Word's diligence. Now, that's not a very sexy word. We don't, when somebody says we're diligent, it's not like, whoa, that's amazing, I'm diligent. It's a word, though, that is important because I've never known someone who was going to be successful that wasn't diligent, that wasn't faithful, that didn't keep on keeping on, that didn't continually do the thing that they needed to do. It's a word of people that understand that life is hard, that success is uphill, that the journey is long, and it's not easy. So what is their answer to a world that is that way? To be diligent, to stay focused, to keep enduring, to keep taking steps, the right steps, because we know that in that journey, if we take enough of those steps, it will put us where we need to be and get us to the destination that we long for. It's a good word. It's not a word you talk and think about very much anymore, is it? It's been a long time since somebody's described somebody to me as a diligent person, but it's a good word. So let's get it back in our vocabulary. What do you say? Why don't you today say, okay, I think I'm going to work on being a diligent person. What is it that you kind of laid aside that maybe you need to pick back up and say, okay, I'm going to be diligent in it? What do you need to take action in today that will allow you to be a diligent person, one that will endure and eventually be successful?
Thank you and have a blessed morning, everyone.